Hello everyone, this is Lifestyle Gardener. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm gonna show you guys the third process that I did to help prepare my homemade chokecherry apple wine that I made in September. This process is a third step of making it. To tell you the honest truth, I wasn't going to put up that video of me doing it because it was kind of annoying doing that kind of process, because I had fruit flies flying around me and I did not have the proper container. Well, I think I didn't have the proper container to do this process, so it was a little bit kind of annoying, but I have no regrets of going through this process of making the wine naturally with the yeast from the air and natural yeast from the air and from the fruit itself, because I believe it's very important for people to know how to do this process of making stuff from scratch without have to rely on buying it all the time in the store and stuff. So I actually achieved making the wine, and it turned out better than what I could have ever imagined. And I learned a lot, because what I learned each week I after 1 month of making it, I started to taste a little bit of the wine each week, and as I'm tasting it, the flavor started to get better and get better and get better. So it's true what they say, once you make the wine after 1 month, the longer you leave it in the last bottle, or the longer you leave it in the bottle, is the better the flavor gets. Even that's why they're even up to 3 months or 6 months, or even longer than that. The longer you leave it, the better the flavor of the wine becomes. But there's a trick to that one. If you want to leave the wine 3 months and above, you have to kill the natural yeast that is in the bottle. And there's only 2 ways that I know of doing that, is by buying the wine stabilizer, where you will get from the winery or the Amazon or wherever would sell that. And there's another kind of chemical that you have to put in the wine to prevent it from going bad too, also, if you're going to do that. Because if you don't kill the natural yeast in the wine, eventually it's going to turn like vinegar. So that's one of the reasons why people do that. Or you can kill the yeast by naturally pasteurizing it. The next batch of wine that I make, I'm going to make it using yeast, but I'm not going to make it with the yeast that you would normally buy from a winery. I actually do have the yeast that you would normally buy from a winery. I finally got somebody who actually would deliver it at my location, and it's called Wine and Bear yeast. But as I told you, there's many ways to make wine. You can make it the ghetto way, the professional way, the easiest way. I made it the cheapest way without using any of those things. So I'm not going to put any wine stabilizer in the wine that I just made, and I'm not going to pasteurize it at all, because It's almost finished. That's the reason why I've been tasting it every week to see how the flavor change, and I'm gonna taste it now for you guys. So the last week when I tried it, the flavor was more it was nice, but it was more, I don't know how to explain. It was more like spicy, like more acidy flavor. But the longer I left it, it actually started to mellow out and taste more nice and stuff like that. So I'm gonna test it for you guys. I can taste the apple flavor in it and the chokecherry flavor. It definitely tastes like there's alcohol in it, and it's a nice tasting wine. So I would actually continually be making different kind of wine. You can make wine out of anything. Most people don't know that because they buy their wine from store. But the fun part of when you make your own wine, you can choose whatever flavor you want it to be. You never know if it's gonna come out tasting good. You just have to go in there, dive in there, and just do it. So one of the things that I would do different when I make the wine is to use this airlock. I ordered this from Amazon. The airlock for fermenting stuff. And I actually bought a set of these bottles, like I think 3 years ago, and I never use it to make wine, but I bought it intention to say that one day I'm gonna have a time to make my homemade wine and make homemade fermented juice and stuff like that. So I bought it back then. Just 1 minute. Yeah, I bought it back then knowing that one day I will have chance and have time to start making fermented stuff. And this year is a time for me to start making it. So it's not bad for my first wine. So with the airlock and the lid like this, I'm gonna have to be making a bigger batch of wine. So I don't mind doing that. Maybe I'll make so much wine that I will start giving them away, or start making a little income from that. You know, you have to hustle sometime. I don't know, but it's very good to have this skill. You could use it as bartering. So even if you don't drink wine, if you're in a poor country, or if you're trying to make a little extra income, it's good to have this skill. So it's good to have this skill, because you could not just use alcohol for drinking. You can use it to make tinctures. You can use it on your skin to kill germs, or use it to make cakes, or there's so many things. You can use it to sterilize many things. It's very handy to have that. So I'm gonna show you the process of what I was doing. I didn't enjoy that process at all, but because I care about you guys, and I want you guys to learn from my mistakes. So I'm gonna show you the clip, very short clip afterwards. Stay tuned. Everything that I'm showing you guys, I sterilize the bowls, the tools, everything. I sterilize everything before doing this process. I was trying to collect the wine on top of the sediment that is at the bottom. I believe they call this raking. Sorry, they call it rocking, not raking. You're supposed to do this process about 3 different times to make the wine as clear as possible, and trying your best not to take up the sediment at the bottom, because the sediment at the bottom is dead yeast. This sediment at the bottom, they say that it interferes with the flavor of the wine, and it also increases the chance of the wine turning more like vinegar quicker, and it also makes your wine more cloudy. So I was using this tool to take up the wine as much as possible. I brought the bottle closer to you guys so that you guys can see what it looks like, the one at the top. So that's the sediment at the bottom that you don't want to be in your wine. That is dead yeast. So I got my test tube and I pour some of the wine in the test tube to get an idea of how much alcohol content is in in my homemade wine. I believe I should have filled it up a little bit more with wine, but I didn't. So now I'm putting the hydrometer inside the wine to get an idea. I look at that, and according to what I was reading, it said my wine is 12 point something percent, or it can become with that much alcohol in it. Next time, if you're gonna make the wine, you have to measure it with the hydrometer when you put in the sugar in your wine at the beginning, and at the ending also of your wine, or in between process. That way you'll get a more accurate reading. So that's the process, everyone. I'll talk to you another day. Bye.